Hey, greetings and welcome back. This is the Solo Gamer. You may call me Matt, and you may notice we're doing something a little different today. Indeed, indeed. And this is essentially a game I stumbled upon on. I stumbled upon it almost completely by accident. It showed up on my GOG list of recommendations, which I do not understand why. It just did. But I am indelibly hooked with it, testing out all the different modes, beginner, classic, hardcore. But it is a very difficult game, and I am getting repeatedly just bushwhacked by it. But I wanted to share it with you. This is the shortest trip to Earth, and we are commanding this beautiful vessel. Now, you may notice something. Musically and auditorially and visually, this may feel familiar, and if it does, it may be because you played a game called FTL. Now, that being said, FTL definitely feels similar to this in certain aspects, though this is far more developed. But when you look at the game itself, it takes the base premise of FTL and expands it, and it is fantastically well done. And I do think it is. I'm actually trying to find out if it's even related to the same company. But yeah, it is a fantastic little game. And basically, you take command of a starship, usually armed and equipped with very specific systems, as well as an onboard AI, and you go from place to place, encountering various events. It's fantastically fun, really entertaining, a lot of interesting and well-developed moments. Very, very challenging. The game's also very flexible. You can manually level up characters, level them up with the AI's assistance, and then some of the characters, like if the pets in particular, you actually level them up manually because they don't level up if they're in cryostasis. But as you can see, you drop onto this map. It's a map of your local solar system seen from above. And it is a very, very basic layout, simple, easy to read. And it is definitely one of those games that I feel like is honestly like way, 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 way too good for what it is. Now, the company that makes it, which is Interactive Fate, did not make FTL. So it's weird. It's strange to me that this game feels so similar. But they do make a number of very well designed survival and adventure games, all with a very sort of cartoony art style. Very pretty, very cute. But you basically command your ship across the stars, and then your job is to, for lack of a better term, navigate and explore as much as possible. Now, here's where things get interesting. Each ship has its own unique abilities. For example, this ship is a warship. It's heavily armed, but a lot of its weaponry uses explosives, which can be a problem because they can run out. They're one of your items on the left here, along with synthetics, metal, fuel, and organics. Now, organics are to feed your people. Fuel is to power the ship's engines. Metal is for repairs and certain weaponry. Synthetics are for droids, bots, and other utility. And then the explosives are for, missile or explosive-based weapons. And essentially, like, I had a fight where I lost a lot, and I mean a lot, of people. So my current objective, once I get my ship fully patched up, is to find a space station and see if I can hire a few more with some of the credits I've got. If I need to, I can sell some of the stuff I have to get more credits. But for the moment, my guys we're having a bit of a rough time. So, What do we do? What do we do? Well, I guess I can dump the excess. I don't have, there's one bit of damage I don't have the capacity to fix for some reason. I don't know why, I do. And if I tell him to go fix it, he'll run off and go fix it. And then I put him back to his regular post, I dump the excess, and off we go. Now, the map is not just an empty shell. It has and will have a wide variety of material and items in the game. So, for example, this thing is a very, very, very superior, comparatively speaking, sensor dome. So I can dump my old sensor dome and go on using this one. But if I lose that sensor dome, I have to start with something else. Or, if I have the material, build a new one. Everything in this game comes down to resource management and, making the best use of your available supplies. Each planet is a different potential outcome. Gas giants are typically just fuel depots. You show up there, harvest what you can, and hope for no accidents. In this case, I got lucky. There was a satellite that I also managed to get. Now I can keep harvesting by using up metal and synthetics, or I can leave. But I do get a ton of fuel from it, which is very helpful. Now this, what do we have here? It's another planet, and it's inhabited, which means there's people here. I can drop down and say hello. Oh, apparently they don't like me, so I'm leaving. So now that's everything in this sector that I think I can find. So I choose to jump to a new sector. 2 plants to visit here, and it's on the path, so might as well. Now, I swing down here. Lifeless planet with a warp energy signature. Okay. Let's drop down. Ah, it's a friendly robot. I approach the robot, and it offers me a choice. I need matter, energy, information, life, or destruction. In this case, I think I'm pretty well armed, but information is always worth something because it's your literal form of currency. Raw data. Xeno data, they call it. Ah, fight time! 2 small vessels with tactical weapons. I can either buy an exotic for 100 credits. You know what? And here's the thing, you have to choose. Is it worth the fight? Or is it worth buying the exotic? Now, if I buy the exotic, yep, they tried to extort me. I ain't standing for that crap. So, the fight begins. Now, here's where you have to decide how you're going to play this. These ships aren't powerful on their own, but as a combo, they'll be a pain in the rear to deal with. On the other hand, I'm in an exceptionally well-armed battleship. So, I have to choose how I'm going to fight these guys. And the way I'm going to fight them is with raw, overwhelming force. I'm going to try and cripple their weapons. I'm going to try and kill their crew. And I'm going to try and do it as fast as I can because my ship's got a lot of armor, but very bad shielding. So, off we go. My first missile is away. Off she runs to engage. And she's in. The battle begins, and I've distracted the enemy. Now my forces are assaulting the enemy with everything they've got. And now the battle's on. Now the area in which this ship comes up short is in its defenses. Its defenses are weak comparative to other ships, at least in terms of shielding, but it can take a beating from armor. Now I've crippled most of this guy's big weapons, so I'm just tearing into him one by one, unit by unit, to try and do as much damage as I can. But with every blow I take, I have to contend with these issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my shield guy, who's no longer really useful, I'm going to assign him to repairs and have him deal with the problem. Now, as you know, 2 of these guys, this guy's already down, which means I can now refocus all my arsenal on this guy and just start ripping him to pieces. Now, I'm not going to waste the mini nuke because that burns through so much ammo. I'm going to fire everything I've got got other than the mini nukes at him and just keep hammering this guy. He's done. So we win. But as you can see, it cost me one of my guys. And why? Because I got a doucher here who's attacking my guys internally. And I don't have enough troops to fight him off. So now I have to assign these guys. I have to assign whoever I've got left to repair order. Which means that this guy right here now has to go on repair duty, and neither of them is good for it. So we gotta get on the block here and get to work. None of my pets have repair order either. But now that I've got the situation itself mostly under control, I can have these guys go back to business and start repairing the ship using the materials and equipment I have on site. I can also use the med bay to have them get back into fighting shape and then have them get back to work on repairs. It's not a perfect solution, but it's at least going to give me the chance to, patch things back up. And the great thing is that as I acquire gear, weapons, and other items, I can acquire them and then use them to, I can scrap them and convert them for fuel, or, I can scrap them and convert them to other materials. And then once I have them, I set them back to whatever job they had before. And you have to have a minimum of at least a captain. You don't have to have everything else, because the captain can remote control most of this stuff from the cockpit. But you have to have a minimum of a captain. And then you can use this thing to convert materials to explosives to reload your armaments. You can then use this to create synthetics for later use with arming your ship. So it's, like I said, it comes down to resource management. And in this case, I kind of regret starting that fight. I lost 2 good people to hostile crew. Harvest the fuel, print long-range missiles. I got plenty of that. Got plenty of fuel. And not worth it to keep harvesting. I got enough fuel to make it work for now. Now I can come here, 4 plants, 1 fleet. Drop in. Ooh, warp beings. Try to communicate with them. Blink colorful lights. Lots of money, lots of data. Metal merchants. Sell exotics for credits, and they give you stuff. Yeah, you know what? Fine, you can have the 80 credits. Fuck off. Ooh, unmarked supplies. And one of them's a fuel pack. Nice. Also, for the record, this is a definite, take anything you can, give nothing back kind of situation, because I'm not in a position to where I can... Oh, this planet got completely fucked. Oh, okay, well, never mind. I'm out. This planet has nothing valuable. Ooh, metal. Metal usually means stuff we can use. Salvage. Hello. A tech artifact. Ah. Tech artifact. You know what? Nah, I think I got a better use. I got plenty of fuel and plenty of explosives. I'm gonna create a couple of DIY nukes. Then I can scrap this thing. Get myself some more explosives. And then if I want more, I can scrap more. And I can just keep scrapping whatever I need until I get to a point where I'm near maximum, and I can just stop there. Right now I'm near maximum metal, so I don't want to scrap anything else. Then we travel to the final planet, which is a trader, and see what he's got on offer. Oh, small colony of tech traders. Let's go shopping. Buy a warp drive. You know what? Fair enough. Oh. Bonus. Oh, yeah, that is a way better warp drive than the one I've got. Okay, yeah. Deal. I will take that. Alright, and then all this stuff is auxiliary, and I don't need all of it. I still have way too much. Really shouldn't do that, but yeah, it's fair. Let's jump to the next system and see what we run into. Hello. See? So I always keep synthetics, just in case. Oh, must have hit a rock. Bleep, bloop. Alright, he gets back to work at his station. So, where were we? Okay. New Custia. Ah, I see. Well, for now, what do we have here? Locals and volunteers. Fantastic. That is great news, because I was in desperate need of additional support. No idea what you are, but you've got decent shield stats. What about your buddy? Ah, his weapons. Okay. So I will put him on a weapons unit. I'll put you to work as a shield specialist, because that seems to be your strength right now. Although, to be fair, like... Okay, yeah, no, I don't have anyone who's better at shields, but I'll take any aid I can get. Alright. Let's drop in. Oh, wait. Warp gate. Let's warp in. Planet with a thin atmosphere. Usually junk. Intelligent life for active. Possible dangers. Send probes. Our expedition is access from them. We return, find, destroy the site. There could be more. Explore. Scavenge everything you can. Bollocks. Hey, I'll take it. But I lost the crewman. Great. Lovely. need more synthetics. Then I will scrap that because it's just a handful of organics. Craft a metal pack. So yeah, as you can see, everything about this game is about managing resources. Now I am playing on the lower difficulty, so it isn't as hard, at least initially. By about the fourth time, about the fourth star system you get into, you are going to find yourself in real hard fights, and they are not at all friendly. So it's always good to keep a good supply of creds on you for repairs. See? And it's always good to sell off excess, like exotics or other items, for creds to buy more important stuff, especially if you have an abundance of it. Like synthetics, I don't typically sell synthetics, but I will when I need to. But this ship's armament runs heavily on explosives, so I'm buying as much explosives as I can, and also picking up a bit of star fuel. Not a whole lot, just enough for the next jump. One thing that is important, I can get drones here. And drones can have a lot of different functions. Unfortunately, none of these are worth my time or effort, so I'm not going to get anything out of it. Gosh dang it. I don't know why, but that explosives thing is constantly going off and making fire. Like, seriously, all the bloody time. I don't know why. It just does. Doesn't ever really do any damage, and the darn thing never gets any worse, but it's like, seriously, it's just annoying. Morality do lists. Oh, these guys are easy. You offer them another way to party, and they're just like, yeah, that sounds interesting. Let's have a good time. And it costs you a few things, and then they go away, and you're on your way again. It's cool. Jeez. Nothing here worth having, really. Drop an exotic, get a little bit of space fuel, and on my way. It's a shame too, because like usually stopping off one of these places is usually a great way to restock your supplies and get yourself up and running. In this case, it's not doing me any good. I'm almost maxed out on synthetics and have everything I need, so I'm pretty well stocked. Alright. I got everything I can really muster at the moment, so let's move on to the next one. We go to Vedite? What? Like Indite? I don't get it. Now sensors, I didn't realize how important sensors were until like I actually started playing the game a few times through and realized that the sensor radius is how you find the secret shit. So like better sensors equals better salvage equals better survival. Hey, you guys selling explosives? I need explosives. I will buy your explosives. You know what? No. You don't do that to me, assholes. You trying to pull a fast one? Fine. Let's find your shield generator first, if you have one. Do they not have one? I'll be danged, they don't have one. Huh. Okay, well, if that's the case, we're going to focus all our firepower on stripping them of their weapons and equipment as fast as we can. And try and destroy all their armaments as quickly as possible. Do as much damage to their ship as we can. Just like unload everything we got all in one big cycle and see how it holds up. Yeah, see, my firepower is already outstripping theirs. They're getting hammered. But they ain't alone. So we're going to cripple this son of a bitch as much as possible. Do as much damage to him as we can. Okay. Is he trying to jump away? Yes, he is. Okay, which means I'm now going to focus all my arsenal onto his jump drive. Because if they get away, I get no salvage. And no salvage, no good. Doesn't matter if you cripple them or destroy them. So long as they don't get away, you can salvage them. To be fair, I've never actually crippled one. I've always just nuked the ever-living hell out of everything, so... Alright, so... I'm in a situation where I need to repair as fast as I can because I cannot fight without my weapons. Unfortunately, none of these guys are really going to do me any good, so I need to refocus my arsenal on these guys and try to cripple their weapons as fast as I can. Fortunately, I just lost one of my main reactors, so that ain't going to help. Much longer before that's back up because I'm disarmed and this ain't helping. Alright. We got all the armaments back up. Now we need to try and rip this thing apart before it can do any more damage. Yeah, see, this is why fights are such a risk, because especially if fire breaks out, you're crippled. Oh, they're trying to jump again. Not letting that happen, buddy boys. You tried to cheat me. I will take my price out of your goddamn haul. So now I focus all my arsenal straight on the warp drive. And so I either kill him outright and he's crippled. Yep, see, it's over. I win. Cost me a ton of resources to win that fight, but I get a good supply back and I can restock or switch out my arsenal to compensate for the difficulty. So yeah, see, I'll just shred these because these ain't worth shit. Oh no, I lost my shield generator. That's going to be a problem. I don't like having to do this, but ain't got a choice. I need a DEI shield generator immediately. There we go. Okay, so not an ideal situation, but it will do. Now, he was one of my weapons specialists, so he goes back to doing weapons. I have everything back to normal, comparatively so. Yeah. Convert the excess synthetics to fuel. Again with this junk. Nah, I ain't got enough crew for this. Fuck this thing. Okay. Ooh, tech artifact, engine booster. So, tech artifacts are specialty equipment that can do certain things, but they're usually better off just being scrapped for repairs or other functions, because they can be useful in the purpose of like getting resources when you need them desperately. Convert to fuel. Yes, thank you. And now let's convert some supplies into armament so that I can scrap some stuff to get more supplies out of it. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Works for me. Alright, so there's an exit warp gate, which means I can leave now if I want, or I can warp back out, warp back to here, which you have to trade fuel for travel. So it's a choice to make. Are you ready to leave, or are you willing to stand your ground? Me, I'm done here. But I am not going to give up on a chance to get more supplies or equipment for my future battles. So here I go. And as you can see, I fly into a gate. Oh, and I'm immediately met with some unhappy people. Yeah, fine.
That's a cat.
Alright, so. And goody. So yeah, if there's one thing this game needs desperately, it's a fast forward function for shit like this, because this is the biggest headache in the game, is the fact that these events can stall you and slow you down when they're really nothing more than just a very basic and annoying issue. It's like it should not be this big of a problem. Alright, and we're back in business. Explore the dark market. Oh, a synthex cooker. I already have one of those, don't need it. And if I scrap it, I do get quite a bit of supply, so that's actually not bad. Plus, I could use the extra fuel just in case. So, we now traverse back to the rocky planet. Salvage what we can from the fortress. And point defense. Not really sure I need it, because I have two fully functional ones right here, but hey, bonus. And so, I'm finished with this region, so I can make one final journey. I'm going to Erdar. Whoa, what the? Yeah, here's your fee. Buzz off, I don't care.
That's a cat.
Is that a fact? Oh, an unshielded pair of ships. I smell free resources. Okay, boys, here's how this is about to go down. I am going to open fire and turn your ships into molten slag. You're going to cry and scream and suffer. see, instantaneously just start shredding these things. My point defenses will hold them okay, I guess, but I'm really gonna have only the best option if I can just tear these guys apart fast. Oh no, those are fuel nukes. Shit. Hey, he survived. I get to work. Actually, no, you get back here. Yeah, salvage is not my concern. I need to fix the damn ship like turbo fast. The last thing I need is my guys getting ripped up here. See, it's a good thing I kept some of those extra parts around because look, that attack wrecked my main line and did significant damage to it. So now I'm going to need to rebuild what I lost, and I'll need a lot of material to do the job. Let's get our guys patched back up. But yeah, as you can see, every choice you make can have consequences. And it's one of the things that's drawn me into this game, is that every decision you make can have impact. Every choice you make can have a consequence. You can get into a single battle with a single opponent, mop the floor with them, and get a bunch of good stuff. You can get into a battle with 3 ships, have 2 of them escape, and get next to nothing. Every decision you make, every chance you take can have repercussions. And that's what makes this game one of my favorites, is that there's no like singular thing where you do something and it has, you know, inherent consequences to it. You do something and you hope and pray that it's going to have, you know, that you're going to be able to get out of it in one piece. And I think that's why this game kind of sells itself so well, is that you basically have to decide, what are you going to do? What's your plan? And in this case, my plan is I need to temporarily rebuild my systems until I can get my hands on better ones. And among the first things I need to do is I lost my shield battery, so now I need to rebuild it. I do not use fire cannon. So, convert to fuel, convert to fuel. Ooh, I need to repair you, don't I? Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I highly recommend this. It's not expensive. It's a pretty cheap game overall, but it's a lot of fun. And it is one of those things where you can play it in short bursts. Like you can play 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, pause the game and come back to it anytime you like, because the game will remember your exact status when that happened. So it's a great game for short bursts. It runs on just about anything. Have not tried it on Steam Deck. It is on Steam. I'm playing the GOG version. But you can run this basically on anything. It'll run on practically a toaster. But I highly recommend giving it a try if you haven't had a chance to really dig into a decent game lately, or if you're just looking for something to act as a decent time killer, definitely recommend it. Now that being said, I think that's good enough for Paris for now. Let's get him back to his work. But I'll stop it here. I just wanted to share this little game with you because I do like highlighting some of the more unique and weird little games I run into from time to time. And this is definitely up there as one of the most unique and weird little games I've seen in recent weeks. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. It's inexpensive, and if you get it on sale, it's $2 or $3. I do recommend getting the, what do you call it, the expansion packs. They do add a good deal more content to it. But honestly, it's one of those games where I think, like, I'd like to see more games like this. And I just feel like there isn't enough of those games being made because everybody's so focused on the big, like, major events. And it's like, yeah, that's all good. But I still want me some good old-fashioned, adventure and excitement. And this game is a perfect mix of resource management, action, tactical activity, the whole 9 yards. So definitely check it out. And I will see you guys next time. This is Matt, the Solo Gamer. Peace out. Bye.